LSD, Lysergic acid diethylamide, also known as acid, is a psychotropic drug that was invented in 1938 by Albert Hoffman. Soon after its discovery, LSD was used as a tool during psychotherapy, as a creativity booster, and its use even assisted in new scientific discoveries. Very soon after that, the CIA thought it may be useful for mind control and started testing the drug on CIA employees, soldiers, doctors, and students, often without their knowledge, in a program called MK Ultra. When I was a child, I was told that if you were to do acid, you decide that you know how to fly, jump out a window, and fall to your death. When I was told about this, it sounded like this happened to 100% of the people who took acid, which made me wonder, why on earth would anyone take this? But as I got older and checked out books written by some of my role models, I noticed many of them admit to having used psychedelic drugs. Steve Jobs credits the times he dropped acid to being some of the most important times of his life. This got me thinking, if some of my heroes used LSD, and a lot of them credit this drug as one of the greatest things to happen to them, then clearly there's something about it that I wasn't being told about. When it was first invented, LSD was used for various psychoactive purposes. As this drug went mainstream, and people were doing psychedelics in non-controlled environment, with occasional results such as walking into traffic, jumping out of windows, and the general endangering of the lives of themselves and others, it was labeled as a Schedule 1 drug. Schedule 1 means it has no therapeutic value, and is not good for anything except recreational drug use. In order to classify it like this, a lot of lawmakers and doctors had to ignore the overwhelming evidence to the contrary. Acid Test follows the lives of 3 individuals. Rick Doblin, who founded the psychedelic research nonprofit called m.a.p.s, realized that psychedelics, used with care and expertise, can do people and the world a lot of good. Michael Mithoefer, an ER doctor turned psychiatrist who experimented with LSD, ayahuasca, and breath therapy, is convinced of the healing properties of psychedelic drugs. And Nicholas Blackston, a young Iraq war veteran who suffers from PTSD that is tearing his life and family apart. The book goes on a journey from the invention of LSD to its subsequent studies, to MK Ultra, to the launching of the war on drugs, to LSD being outlawed and punished by years in prison. The book then follows the very similar trajectory of MDMA. It follows the 3 lovable characters on their life journeys through college, Peruvian jungles, and war, until they meet in a climax that involves our soldier being administered MDMA in a therapeutic setting and virtually curing himself of his PTSD, and giving him the proper tools to confront whatever illness is left over. The book goes into gruesome detail of the trauma that war veterans and rape victims face, and the mindsets that therapeutic use of psychedelics can instill in the sufferers to help deal with their past trauma. The book takes a subject that is still very much taboo and shows the evidence that these drugs are very real tools that can give you a new perspective on troubles and traumas that you've faced in your life, and when done in the proper set and setting, can make an immense difference on your life for the better. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click on this little circle here to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. This video is for educational purposes only. We do not promote the use of any psychoactive substances.